Hi, I'm Kenna Danielle, and you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Down on the boulevard, they take it hard. They look at life with such disregard. They say it can't be won the way the game is run. But if you choose to stay, you want.
Good morning. We made it to another Friday on Mornings with Lone Star with Dick and Skippy. He's Dick, I'm Skippy. It's 9:05.
That's right.
We
Good
started
morning.
sort of kind of on. Well, we're ready to go on time, but we were kind of planning the show, talking good stuff. Apparently, yesterday's episode of the Ticket Stub
Well, it was
quite the
recording.
party.
It was recording.
Oh, so
we
it's
had
coming up.
Jake Reiner in
So
the
no
studio.
spoilers.
Yeah, it's next Thursday. The son of Carl Reiner and
No, son of Rob Reiner, grandson of Carl Reiner.
grandson of Carl Reiner.
Carl's the older one.
Yeah. Whatever. But interesting guy. He works for KPRC 2, Channel 2.
Mm-hmm.
And he has like the scrub reporter job where he has to wake up at 3 a.m. every morning. He's been up. He's probably going to bed in about.
He's having his afternoon tea right about now.
Yeah, right about now. He's a fantastic guy. He had a lot of insight about movies and what he likes and all that kind of stuff. So it was really fun. One thing we learned is Chris came in a suit, our co-host, and we're like, why?
I saw that yesterday. Why?
Yeah. So, because yesterday, if you don't know who Chris is from the Ticket Stub, he is the general manager of the Grand Theater in Conroe. And yesterday was a big day because Star Wars came out.
Did it? I hadn't heard anything.
No, well, I haven't
heard any vague books on Facebook who...
Did you call it vague book?
Vague booking. Vague booking is when you say something like, oh, really, really bad day, missing him, but can't say who. You know, that kind of thing is called vague booking. And this is the kind of person
I've never heard that.
I just want to beat the snot out of them. It's what my Facebook is blowing up with is the non-spoiler spoilers, the people who went to go see it last night. And they're like, OMG, I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but 20 minutes in, the most awesome thing happens. Or I can't believe that blank redacted died. You know, it's like, stop it. Just, it's like saying for The Sixth Sense, if the internet had been around when The Sixth Sense came out, because it was, but not in Facebook, I mean. It would have been, OMG, can't believe the ending. What a twist.
There's always that group of people. Dumbledore or Snape kills Dumbledore. Look that up on YouTube. It's one of the funny things. But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
So when the book release was coming out for Harry Potter, it's whatever the book is when Snape kills Dumbledore. These dudes would drive around, and it's like the midnight release of the book, and like the people would be in line, and they'd slowly, drive by, and it'd be like, "Hey guys, how y'all getting the books?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, we're getting the book," and they're like, "Oh, Snape kills Dumbledore," and they're like, "What?"
Well, see, that's so. I mean, when I say that's forgivable, meaning okay, so these guys are just outright jerks. I'm talking about the people that think that they're not spoiling, but they're making it worse. It's instead of saying, "Oh my God, the kid sees dead people. Bruce Willis is a ghost," which would totally give it away, and you can kill that person legally. Instead, they go, "OMG, wait for that awesome twist ending at the end. Never saw it coming." So you spend the whole time knowing there's the twist ending, and
There's the twist.
so yeah, so that's vague booking. Skippy defines vague booking for Dick today.
Did you know Anakin comes back? Did I tell you about that?
Does he?
He comes back like as a one of the sand people. No. I'm just making it
Okay.
up.
What's the official name of the Sand People?
Give me a second. Because I think of the sand people, I think of Dune. Like that's like the
The Sand People. The guys beating up on Luke at the beginning. The tall ones.
Yeah, I know Jawas.
Right.
And then,
the tall ones were called something Raiders.
oh, Storm Raider?
No. You got to be a
Tusken Raider.
There you go.
So
Tusken
I had
Raiders.
to think about because Dune is the ultimate sand saga.
Did you like the
TV?
David?
Yes, I love the TV version.
I was about to say because you had the David Lynch movie version.
That
with
movie
Tom
was
Cruise.
okay, but the TV version was more gritty.
It was gritty.
I liked it.
It followed
And
the book better.
Children of Dune with the guy from Split, totally worth it.
Didn't see it.
I have it on DVD. Want to borrow it?
I would.
Okay, I'll bring it. Have you seen the TV version?
Oh,
recently?
yeah. I loved it.
Do you own it? I own it.
I don't own it, no.
It's very good.
Oh,
Dune.
that's cool. But don't forget, you must add the room.
Arrakis. Like the opening line. It's like, Dune. Arrakis. The spice. Flow. They're remaking it, I heard.
People are turning up the radios. I think I lost the signal.
No, I think they're doing a movie of it. Who's directing that movie? I think the guy who did the new Blade Runner is directing it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think they're doing it. Someone finally, wants to spend the money on it because it's probably one of the most wonderful experiences of reading I've ever had. Mm-hmm. And then just because I never thought, again, like reading People magazine is politics. It's a politic book. And I got really invested in like the politics of Dune, and I liked it.
All right, so are you House Atreides, House Harkonnen? Who's your house?
I don't. Why do I need to choose? Why can't I just be one of the people, one of the desert people?
Oh, so you turned your back on the houses?
Oh yeah, screw that.
Okay, so you're a rebel. So don't forget, this weekend you got to watch The Room. I sent you The Room.
I do have it. I have big plans this weekend. Okay. I am visiting my friends, and that's part of our plan.
It's an hour and 41 minutes of your life.
What's funny was I go, hey guys, we got to watch The Room. And they're like, hey, and of course one of them is the one that has everything, every gadget. And he's like, oh, we got to buy it. That stinks. Like, we can't stream it. I was like, no, I got it. And he's like, but
I got to hook up.
Yeah, he's like, okay. Well, I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll bring it.
Now, it's obviously the one you have is not high. It's good enough.
We're going to have a good time. Whatever.
Yeah, you're going to have a good time with
Bros will be bros.
So, yeah, I will be inflicting the room on Dick tertiarily. I won't be there myself holding him down, but he's compelled to watch it now. And we'll talk about it. Then you'll be ready to watch The Disaster Artist.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Chris about that and like going to the movie theater because it's really nice. The Grand, I really like the Grand. And it's funny that I know somebody who runs a movie theater, and he runs it really well. He runs a tight ship there, and it's like a good experience and all that kind of stuff. I was like, I just don't like going to the movie theater. I think that's like today, I just don't like going to the movie theater. And it might be because I'm not married yet. I don't have anyone to go with. So the only time I go is by myself. And like even Star Wars, because he's like, hey, you guys going to see Star Wars? We're talking about reviewing a movie together, because usually on the ticket sale, we review individual movies. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about doing a movie together. And I was like, oh, Star Wars, that'd be great. But the only problem is, since we recorded Jake's Reiner's episode for next week, it'd be kind of old for Star Wars. And because it'd be 2 weeks old. Basically, it'd be 2 weeks old for the show. And I was like, I don't care. But if y'all want to go see it together, I'm down.
Well, that way you can give with it. 2 weeks is good, long enough for spoilers.
You think so?
Yeah, you got to give about a week and a half. But so he was all dressed
Did you know
up because of
Darth Vader is Luke's father?
What?
Yeah.
Dang it, Dick. I was going to start with episode 1 and work my way through, but no. Great.
What's wonderful about that is all the little kids who are obsessed with Star Wars, it still hasn't hit them what that means, like the implication of like that being your father. And I can't wait. I can't wait till they're like 13 to like whenever old. And they're like, oh man, that's deep.
It's like Soylent Green as people. But this is something about the order of the trilogies that just really bothered me. I think it was very, very poorly handled. First off, I always love the fact that, first off, Obi-Wan like lies his butt off. Every word coming out of his mouth is a filthy lie to Luke.
See, that's what I was saying. Like the danger of the Force, because to me, the belief of the Force is you're willing to lie about it because you don't want people to go down the dark side. Like that's how dangerous the Force is. And that's why I kind of understood the first New Hope, because he's like, I don't want this dude turn out to be his dad, because this dad killed a bunch of kids.
Okay, so let's go into the New Hope, into Obi-Wan's little adobe house with your father's lightsaber. He wanted you to have it when you were old enough. Now, let's flash back to episode 3 with, I hate you, I'm going to die, you chopped off my legs, and I'm going to, give my lightsaber to my son when he's old enough. He didn't even know he had a son. I mean, Obi-Wan even lied about that, about giving the lightsaber. It was poor writing is what it was. But
oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's also, I think it's one of those, you have to have the convenience factor to run the plot. And you have to do it. You have to do something to run the plot.
Writing. Here's the thing. In the first trilogy, 1, 2, and 3, you know that Anakin is Luke's father because they're born at the end. We're going to name him Luke and her Leia, and we're going to keep his last name and hide him out on your home planet. You'll never find him. So 2 episodes later in 4, when he goes, Luke, I'm your father. Everyone, no! People watching this, 30 years down the line from episode 1 through 5 are going to go, well, duh, we saw that 3 movies ago. So it was poorly executed. I need to be a guest reviewer. Okay, since you didn't apparently, when you recorded Ticket Stub yesterday, it was more of a Channel 2 than a movie thing. So we'll turn today into our movie review.
Well, that's what
We'll
I'm
show
saying.
them how it's done.
So many people are talking about Star Wars, especially today, because this is the first official full day that it's out.
Mm-hmm.
And people are going to go see it over the weekend, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to see, what'd you call it, vague book?
Vague booking. That's it.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's just...
Well, the first person that flat out comes out and with, I can't believe that, Leia dies or whatever, I will punch in the throat.
In the face.
I will punch them in the face. Hey, you know what else today is? Today's your final day to sign up for your new healthcare plan. So, man, I got to do that. It's one of those things every day. I'm like, I got to do this today. And the next thing I know, it's midnight. So call healthcare.gov, be prepared to be on hold for 82 hours, or call other places. I'm going to try. I have an.
You were like, give me what you got, and then we'll figure it out later.
Well, that's the case. It's like, okay, here, sign this second mortgage on your house in blood, and we'll give you your first month's premium. So be careful.
You should just send your bill to Obama. I wonder how many people have done that. I can see someone being cheeky about it.
Paying your premium in pennies.
Because he has to live somewhere, and I bet you can find out where he lives.
Yeah.
It's not hard. And you just forward it to, you just Xerox it, and you just send it to him, like, hey, past due, bro.
Well, I'm flashing back to our awesome interview with Stephen David. I think he was a great guest. He and I have different political views on many things, and healthcare is one of them. And I'm really looking forward to it. He and I talked about,
Yeah, everyone needs to check that out. It's on YouTube now.
Yeah,
everyone needs to check that out.
Listen to it because, great perspective from him, counterpoints, and good week this week. Are we going to wrap it up?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. We got to end on a high
guys.
note.
I stay up pretty late. I always have an excuse. I'm literally falling asleep onto the mic. It's good to be with friends. I realized that last night.
Dick's hungover.
No, I'm just I stayed up way too late. It was
stay past your bedtime?
This has the perfect condition for fire, for outside, and relaxing.
Oh, so you're talking about like a bonfire,
because it's not wet. And it's not like I said, not too humid. You can build a fire, and if fire burns really well in this climate, apparently it's going to get a lot worse. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, it's going to hit the 20s apparently in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, beautiful.
So, well, what's funny is, of course, we'll be back. We'll talk about the old history of Houston being cold. My dad, he literally just goes, when you were born, it was in the 20s for 2 weeks, and they had to shut down the power stations because the power stations couldn't withstand the cold.
That is the most awesome impersonation of your dad I've ever heard.
He didn't talk like that at all. He's more like, I can't. Actually, I can't do it because it's probably me. It's probably what it is.
I wasn't going to say anything, Dick.
Welcome back, Warren's Lone Star. We'll be back. Sponsored by Conroe Coffee, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We really love those guys, so say thanks. We'll be back after a short break.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Down on the boulevard, they take it hard. They look at life with such disregard.
Mornings with Lone Star, 9:17 a.m. You got Dick and Skippy in the studio. It feels so empty since all the kids left from the other day. You know, we broke 3,000 views already in less than 48 hours.
Just because I wasn't in it.
That's right. Nor I. So I think if we just shoot videos where we're not actually in them, people will watch.
What's funny, I was editing the video at the Montgomery High School, by the way, tonight. Check it out. Tonight, $24, dinner and a show.
That's great.
Or
And
just a show for free.
Yeah,
Montgomery High School
show for
starts
free.
at 7 o'clock for food and 8:30 for free.
I may actually try and make it out there for the whole thing. I'm looking at my calendar.
Well, I was going to say, sorry.
No,
I
go for it.
had to finish my thought. The reason I was telling people about this, they need to check it out because they can check out this video on YouTube. You can actually see the kids. They actually care.
Yeah.
Like, you can see them really trying. Like, they know when to hit the note. They know when to do.
They were in the zone.
Like, they were in the zone. And, like, to me, being at 15 to 17 or whatever, how old do you think they were? 30, 14, 17?
They had to be between, 15 and 17.
There's always that one freshman who's, like, a prodigy, so they're in the group.
Yeah.
But, like, they seem to care, and that's kind of unique for kids that age. So I think it's going to be a good show. Heather knows what to do.
Yeah, and those two songs that they gave for us, if that's any indication of what's to come. Oh,
Apparently, we
yeah.
did okay on the other end of the pipe.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounded good?
People were like, hey, that sounded really good. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know 30 people were going to be here.
Well, now
28.
Good. Now I can admit that I shot the video just in case the studio thing didn't work. We'd
Well,
at least have some kind of audio.
It's really interesting because these microphones that we speak into every day, if you ever want to be a guest, contact the station, 936-647-3776, so you can speak into these microphones. These microphones are for dialogue. They're not for music.
They don't have the dynamic range
No,
for
like
singing.
you can totally tell when it dips and all that kind of stuff if someone's playing an instrument because it just can't. It's not for that. It's for people putting their face up to it and telling you how it is. Like
Yeah.
we do every morning from 9 to 11.
11. That's right. We get very intimate with our microphones. And Dick's absolutely right. You know, we got to talk right into these. If I just turn my head.
Mine kind of stinks.
I think mine has my coffee breath on it. I'm going to have to start spraying it with
We have Febreze.
Banaka.
We have Febreze.
Well-
We have exchange filters too. We have different filters.
Cool. No, I'm just going to spritz my thing with Banaka, and I think your dad will be very happy with that when he takes over my microphone with his show. But so these microphones, if I just turn too much to look at Dick, I kind of fade out like that. So, so these mics weren't really set up for that, but I think it came out really nice.
Check it out. YouTube, Mornings with Lone Star.
Yeah.
Check it out.
3,000 views. We've hit like 6,000 people with this thing, according to the Facebook
Well,
analytics.
Facebook's fake news. We all know it's fake news. It's owned by Russia.
Hey,
All
they're
those.
vague booking. I'm giving hard numbers. 3.1 thousand views in less than 48 hours.
Well, what's funny, speaking of fake news, my favorite recent story, and I don't know if anyone's heard about this, but Anderson Cooper is a CNN
I know what's
CNN
coming.
dude, and he's been around for a while, and he's one of those first round of news anchors that are like handsome, I guess you'd say.
Mhm. No, he's a pundit. He's not a newscaster.
He's not a journalist.
He's a
Is he considered a journalist?
yes.
Does he
loosely.
write any articles?
Yeah, he's a commentator.
So he's a journalist. If he wrote articles on whatever website,
Right, but he's not a news anchor. He's not a reporter. He's a commentator.
okay. Well, anyway,
So go for it.
he claimed that while he was at the gym, someone took his phone.
Or is it no? Now it's his assistant's phone. They say first
Took
it was
his
his.
assistant's phone, went on Twitter, and just said Trump's a loser. What's wrong with that? Why would you need to make this whole he literally went on air and talked about it?
Well, first off,
Do you think it's because journalists shouldn't have an opinion?
oh no, absolutely should have an opinion.
So what's wrong with what he said? 'Cause he deleted it. He said something. It wasn't he said something. Donald Trump, you're just a pathetic loser.
Yeah, pathetic loser was the phrase. And so you've heard me go on about presumption of innocence. And seriously, I am what's good for the gander is good for the goose kind of guy. So there's presumption of innocence until it's proven otherwise that someone didn't take his assistant's phone or, there's credible evidence, then, we got to take him at his word. But let's say that he posted it and then changed his mind and he's apologizing. Anderson, as you know, a conservative on the air, I'm telling you, it's okay. You don't got to apologize, dude. You can have these thoughts. You can opine them.
Well,
on Twitter.
That's what made me laugh about reading about it. It wasn't the fact that you wrote these things. It was
think
more of
Twitter,
like
I think
the whole
CNN bosses,
cleanup.
Well, I think the CNN bosses went to him and said, "You were gonna, you did not do that," because
CNN of all people,
Yeah.
wouldn't care if someone said something negative about Trump.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so weird about it.
now it could be that someone took his assistant's
Maybe he
phone.
really likes Trump, and someone actually did take his phone.
Well, there you go. That could easily be it. Anderson is between he is gay. Not that matters on his reporting or anything like that, but maybe he's got a thing for Trump, and he didn't
Gotta
want to
bring
know.
that into the.
You got to bring out that sexual tension. Who knows?
No. The reason I bring it up, I really encourage people to check it out because it's one of those things that you're kind of like, why are we talking about this? Why is this a big deal?
Here's the thing: you put him in the news for an extra cycle. Oh, I didn't. You were able to say it and then say, but I didn't say it. But people will do. It's if you said it, who cares? I don't even think Trump responded to it.
Well, that was something funny that Jake was talking about. The guy from KPRC Channel 2 that you can hear on the Ticket Step next Thursday. He talked a little bit about the fake news and about journalism and how local journalism is really rising because so many people are just don't really care about national news, like the news networks. They rather tune into Channel 2 to hear their news than I guess like they have either NBC on Channel 2 has the news after the news. Is that right? Like,
say it again now.
So Channel 2, KPRC, they have their news, regular news.
Oh yeah, then you've
time.
always got your Nightline,
And then it goes into
Dateline.
like
Yeah,
NBC national news.
correct.
And he says like our numbers are good because of what's going on before, not after. People are tuning in to us, not to national news. And now is the time for local news to really step up their game.
And they should step up their game. Unfortunately, I'm noticing some substantial biases already in local.
Really
stuff.
here?
Yeah.
Like
so,
who?
oh, in the political spectrum already.
Well, like the Courier, or are you talking about like news? Like I mean like the video news.
Oh, no, in print, which of course now they're becoming more and more, they're multimedia. Your print paper
Well, print's
has
dangerous in my opinion because they don't say like they have the opinion article and they try to say, hey, this is an opinion, but no one takes it as opinion. Like this is like, oh, this is true.
Well, it's the other way around. I mean, you can have something on an op-ed piece, but when you have a front page headline that obviously, let's say in a political race, you have someone you want in and someone you don't, and it's painfully obvious with how you're writing it or how the headline is, and you're the editor of a newspaper. Again, it's good to have opinions. Walter Cronkite was integral.
Well, they have a whole section for that.
Yeah, that's the whole point. You don't put it in the newspaper and couch it in, well, I'm just reporting the facts. No, it's amazing how the word's chosen. And of course you should have opinions. Edward R. Murrow, he stopped his relentless pursuit of Stephen McCarthy, Senator McCarthy, Joe McCarthy, brought the McCarthy witch hunt to an end. Walter Cronkite got us out of Vietnam probably earlier than we would have because of but he would show it. He would show the raw footage of what was shot, and then he'd offer his commentary, and he was trusted because you could trust his commentary. That it wasn't political. It was, this is a bad thing we're in, or this is wrong. And it wasn't Republicans are wrong or Democrats are wrong. This is wrong. It's a situational thing. And that's what's missing. People don't reflect on the situation. Let's say harassment. The situation is bad and it goes across party lines. There are jerkwads and poopy heads on both sides of the aisle.
Well, it's funny now that people are now saying you're a jerkwad.
Oh, they
never said it beforehand.
That
to me bothers me a lot. Especially, because you literally get people who want that piece in People magazines, like, oh, I knew Harvey Weinstein he was a bad guy. He did this to me, and it's like, come on now, why spend the time getting this off your chest now? If it doesn't seem like you're just trying to get your name in the circulation.
I can see that. I can also see the other side because I've people on Facebook or whatnot will say, "Well, it took you long enough." And people respond, going, "Okay, unless you've been
for example,
harassed."
For example, I don't know Salma Hayek. We talked about that this week. See, I could see myself, like I could see having huge respect for her because she came out and talked about.
Did you read the article?
I did.
Okay.
But I would have more respect for her if the article was written from another person saying Salma Hayek testified to these people for the court case against Harvey Weinstein.
I see your point. I am like split right down on the middle of the
I don't know.
I absolutely see your point.
Because we're being just bumped with all this horrible stuff happening. We're treating people horribly, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And how can we really make a change? That's what the world needs. It needs direction. How do we make a change for the better on this situation?
I believe it starts with, and kind of what I was going with, is that to understand this is a situation. This is a situational thing that assault or harassment, there are levels. If a guy asks you out on a date and you think he's ugly, that's not sexual harassment. That's not sexual assault. Period. End of subject. But it's on both sides, Democrats, Republicans, senators, presidents, janitors, CEOs. I mean, men, women, the victims, men and women, the abusers, men and women. It's there. The word is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. So stop making it, welcome to Trump's America, or well, this started with Obama. You know, that doesn't matter. It's not a personal thing. It's a situational thing. And once we recognize that, it goes off. That's why I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm glad that all these women got. I'm glad the Weinstein thing was exposed to show that power. So many of these are power based, powerful for the most part men, some women, but statistically it's the men harassing women for the most part because they have power, and the women were scared. And
well, unfortunately for that notion, that's the reason why it's being reported. Because they have the power, and it's like, oh, this guy you never would believe who did this, and it turned out to be this person who was in power, who had all this stuff. I mean, we had a representative commit suicide.
Yeah, and under an allegation, and
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, his allegation was children, and that's even worse. It's like, what's going on in this situation?
And I'm sure there will be an investigation, and this is going to sound bad, and I'm going to lose people as a result of me saying this, but I hope he was guilty of it, because for him to feel to be proven innocent of this, but still have to kill himself.
Recently, that happened to a pornographic actress, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing. She claimed that she didn't want to
do a sex scene with a gay man because
he wasn't tested.
Correct. And she herself was, bisexual, and she's trying to tell people this is not a gay thing, but she was so ruthless. And I read the stuff, and these people were, ruthless.
Well, what's strange to me is that channel's open to people's lives. Like you have this communication with people you don't even know. They have avatars online, and why are you focusing your moral grounds with people on the internet? Like, don't do that, guys.
Unfortunately, that's the thing with her posting it and then reading the responses that led to it. So remember, people, if something offends you, there's always an off switch. Just don't switch us off.
That's right. You're listening to Mornings Lone Star. Ooh, it's turn for the exit. Oh, there we are. You're listening to Mornings Lone Star here on irlonestar.com. Folks, we're going to take a music break. Thanks for joining us. 936-647-3776 is the call and message line. We're just kind of shooting the breeze today, so if you want to join in, message on Facebook or call that call-in number. You can find that on irlonestar.com. Let's do a special thanks to our sponsors. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com. And then, of course, our neighbors at Conroe Coffee. They make the coffee that Conroe loves to drink. Visit ConroeCoffee.com. And you know what's really funny about that?
What's that?
Is I've seen them run out of coffee. That's how much people love to drink it. So think of it
But they ordered more. So.
Think of it as a commodity. You got to get it while they got it. But I'm just kidding. Go over there next door, ConroeCoffee.com. Wonderful place. Apparently, they were bumping last night.
Well, I'm looking out the window and I see that there's like an open mic set up there. Was there live music happening last night?
Yeah, Clint from Lone Star Country Nights texts me and he goes, he calls me and he goes, hey, what do I do about this? Because they're jamming next door. And I was like, is it good? And,
just turn your microphones over there.
And he was a little worried about it, catching on the mic. And I was like, downtown Conroe, that's the way it is. But, we can ask our neighbors to be quiet a couple times. ConroeCoffee.com. We got great music coming your way, folks. Stick around, Lone Star Community Radio. And thanks for joining us. We are here till 11 a.m. this morning. We'll be back.
Everybody walks right by like they're safe or something. They don't know. Nobody knows.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Welcome back, Mornings Lone Star. Do you know this song at all?
Yes.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's rocking, man.
I
I was around
rocking.
before music was invented, so
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, I'm pretty darned old there.
When they hit those bones against that dry skin on the drum.
You had drums, we had rocks, and we was thankful.
Was it human skin or was it animal skin?
Well, do you count Cro-Magnons as human?
I thought you said Cro-Mags or sliders. I was like, oh wow,
Yeah, that's what
that's when Jumping the Shark.
Oh my lord, that showed. How many times did that show Jump the Shark when they went from just San Francisco to Los Angeles? Also, that way they could shoot, live in Los Angeles. When Jerry O'Connell became a woman, and then they merged him with someone else.
He didn't become a woman.
Yeah, there was a female version of him. I mean,
Well, that was in like a slider.
His
That was
female
like
counterpart.
that was one of the universes they traveled in. If anyone wants to know what we're talking about, welcome to Mornings Lone Star. We're glad you're here. We're here till 11. We're sponsored by Conroe Coffee, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
That's us.
And Sliders was a 90s TV show. It's actually probably my favorite TV show besides X-Files. As like a complete, as like
Me too. The first 3 seasons, but then I lost track of it.
I love the fact that they kept going. Like someone had the gall, be like, we gotta continue this thing, and we gotta write everything that's crazy about it. Because I'm not kidding you, folks. In this TV show, imagine Jerry O'Connell, the guy from Stand By Me, the little fat kid in Stand By Me. He lost weight, married a supermodel. Now he looked really cool. This is like in his prime of being cool. His
This was
character,
after My Secret Identity. That was his show just before. Sliders.
And in this show, he wanted to leave. So you know what they did? They brought his brother in, side by side.
His actual brother.
Like real life brother. They acted together for 10 episodes. And then they, in the storyline, merged them.
And there was yet another actor as a
And
result.
then
That's
all
what
of a sudden, a new actor was born as the character. And I was like, yes, that's how you write it in. That's how you continue it. I mean, it was horrible afterwards, but you just got to keep it going.
Well, it's funny because back when I was before Netflix, I was a Blockbuster online kind of guy, and I loved it because you could get the disc in the mail, then you take the disc back to the store and trade it in for another movie as you're waiting for your new disc to be shipped. But that's where I was catching up on all these old shows from like the 80s and 90s. And there were ones like Sliders and 21 Jump Street that I'd like get into, and you'd realize how progressively worse they got as the season.
Oh yeah,
because I call it like the Police Academy syndrome, where the first movie you got Kim Cattrall and Steve Guttenberg. I mean, Steve Guttenberg was up for an Oscar for Cocoon, I think.
he was a good actor.
So you got,
Or he is. Sorry,
Yeah.
he is a good actor.
So you got them, but by Police Academy, and then you got like Michael Winslow, who's the human beatbox, and then the little bitty black
you had
owl.
talent. You had talent in that cast.
Oh yeah, but so the minor characters, you had the big characters, and the minor characters like Michael Winslow, who did the beatbox, and the little gal who did the "Don't move, dirtbag," back, little squeaky voice. gal.
Freeze!
Yeah.
And she had the hat kind of like tilted, and she had the gun. Yeah.
By the time they get to 6, Police Academy 6, they're the stars. In 21 Jump Street, I was watching it after, Johnny Depp leaves and so-and-so
Can I
leaves.
let you know something? I'm a big fan of 21 Jump Street.
Oh, I was too.
Not the movies. I hate the movies.
No, I haven't even watched the movies. I can't do it. But in the final season, the only 2 stars that were left were the captain, Stephen Williams.
Well, they replaced the captain in like 2 seasons in.
Oh no, actually 2 episodes in.
Was it 2 episodes?
Yeah, it was pretty quick. They got rid of it. It was not Forrest Whitaker.
Because he played not Deep Throat. Did he play Deep Throat in X Files? Who was he in X Files? Was he Deep Throat?
He was Mr. X. Deep Throat was the white guy who got shot. Then he became Mr. X.
Yeah.
But him, so Stephen Williams was his name. Him and Holly Robinson were the only 2 stars left. And so you're watching like the opening credits, and this has got to be on YouTube. People go to YouTube and do like opening credits season by season. So you see the first season of 21 Jump Street, you got Johnny Depp, you got Peter DeLuise, you got, all these, big actor names. And then fast forward to season 6 or 7, and Holly Robinson Pete. And now the show. There's no one else.
Well, I mean, somebody's making that decision, and someone's continuing, like, especially 21 Jump Street. The one thing I loved about that show is if you weren't paying attention, it got you to pay attention. Depending on, like, every 3rd episode was really well written.
Oh, they had
Johnny Depp. It was in that show, guys. Like, this is where I think Johnny Depp actually earned his credit as an actor. Anything outside that, you can say, he's Jack
method, he's
Sparrow, whatever.
I agree.
No, you need to watch 21 Jump Street. You can see there's one season where you can see his dedication, and then you can also see after that.
You can see when he started to phone it in.
Like, no. Like, there's an episode I'll never forget. I don't know what it's called, but it was about AIDS. And it was
I was just thinking about that one.
And
he had to bodyguard the kid.
He had to bodyguard the kid, but undercover. Mm-hmm. And this kid had AIDS in high school. Because if anyone knows the premise of 21 Jump Street, you need to read the premise. So basically, these cops go undercover.
They're young-looking cops.
Because this high school, man, has big problems. Like drugs, prostitution. I mean, remember the prostitution episode?
I just remember that all the gangs were white.
Yeah, I mean,
it was only white people in this show. It was really, they were so afraid to have a black gang.
Well, then they have Vanessa, the woman from Hanging with Mr. Cooper. What's her name? She joined the force.
Well, there was Holly Robinson.
Was it Holly? Yeah. I thought her name was Vanessa in the show, though.
Oh yeah, I think it was.
But yeah, she was good.
Oh yeah.
And man, that show. I'm sorry, I'm having flashbacks now. But that episode, I'll never forget. With the AIDS, with the AIDS episode about no one liking the kid, and like he had this meltdown at the end. He rides motorcycles really dangerously, like the crotch rockets.
But you could hurt yourself and you'll die.
And he's like, "Who cares if I die? My parents don't care."
Because he admitted at the
school
end.
doesn't care. And he's.
Because the whole thing was there was a blood transfusion.
But he's not.
And then at the end, he admits to.
And this is like
cancer.
a 45-minute show, guys. And I was sitting there, I was on a roller coaster that episode.
Yeah, because if you remember early on, he offers Johnny Depp's character.
We just ruined
a sip of his milk.
Oh, yeah. It was well, the thing, if there's a show dubbed After School Special, it's 21 Jump Street. And it's written into it. So it's not in your face at the end, G.I. Joe. But it's like more of. Into the dialogue, into the plot, and you're sitting there going like, "Oh, this is like an AIDS awareness kind of thing."
Yeah, and it was good.
You gonna drink my milk? I remember that. Remember that scene in the cafeteria you're talking about?
You're not gonna get AIDS. You drink the milk. Oh, I know.
I don't know.
There was that. I also love the one though. The one episode that really stuck out to me was Peter DeLuise's character gets promoted to like the real police force and intelligence and stuff, and he listens to this wife say, "Oh, my ex-husband abused, sexually molested our daughter," and he gets just incensed and he arrests the guy and gets him in a restaurant. "You're under arrest for the sexual molestation of your daughter," and it turns out that the ex-wife made the whole thing up, but he's ruined this guy's life as a result, and he has to live with that, and that actually stays with him for a while throughout the seasons where he gets busted for going, "You don't arrest someone going." Yeah. So I liked it. Now here's what you may not know: 21 Jump Street was inspired by in the 70s, early 70s, there was a TV show called Police Story, and it was an anthology show. And they had an episode with David, I remember this, watching this, David Carradine, David Cassidy, the one who just died, and Dee Wallace Stone, back when she was just Dee Wallace, playing his wife. And he was this young-looking cop, and so they put him in a high school to do that. And the whole thing was he went so undercover that he started wanting to have a relationship with the high school girl, and he's having to remember, "Oh no, what? I've got a pregnant wife at home."
Was his friend Roy?
Right. right. I got that.
Isn't that wonderful how life change or the society changes that way?
Yeah, and yes, indeed.
I was talking to Holly about that in the sense of like, some people have too much money, and I was like, if I had too much money, I would just screw with the world. Like conspiracy theories or like George Soros, whatever his name is is he from Germany or where's he from? I don't know that.
Planet X.
Well,
yes.
he's just kind of like, he's a dangerous dude.
Soros, the Koch brothers.
Like, look him up. Yeah, is it Koch? Or is it
Koch, whatever.
Coach? Yeah, like those guys. Like, I feel like I would do it on purpose, though. It wouldn't be like, oh, I'm trying to, change the world. It'd be like, no, I'm literally just messing with people.
Would you like create a fake time capsule, like with metal and stuff, and then bury it somewhere, like in a million years worth of ice of the Antarctic, and just wait for someone to find it?
Well, what I would do is I Photoshop me being like the king. And like, I have like, just pull photos of like the Aztecs and put me on top of the is it Tenochtitlan? Is that what like the tower?
Sure, why not?
You know what I'm talking about?
I know
like
what
the
you're talking
temple,
about.
is it Tenochtitlan?
I have no idea.
Whatever it is, the capital of the Aztecs.
That place.
And then that's where I'd be. And then it'd be like, who's this Dick guy?
All hail King Dick.
It would work. It would work. Wouldn't you believe that if you
I would.
You would?
I would.
Man, it's a good morning here on Mornings with Lone Star, guys. We're going to take a quick, short sponsored break. Say thanks to those Conroe Coffee folks and also Clean Sweep Office folks. And then we'll be back. We got music coming up, too. So if you have a song request, let us know. Call in, leave a message, 936-647-3776. Or a message on Facebook, MW Lone Star, and that kind of stuff. So we'll be right back here on Mornings with Lone Star.
Down at the Golden Club, they set the young ones up.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
You know the kids in shock up and down the block.
Hey, we're back. It's almost 10 o'clock. Let's talk for about 5-6 minutes thereabouts, and we'll take you to the top of the hour, and we'll have some music playing. I'm trying to convince Dick to throw in some Christmas tunes in there. We'll see if I'm successful or not. Weather.
Oh, wait, in that case, what's your favorite Christmas tune? Okay, sorry. Let me back up. You can tell me your favorite song, but then you can tell me who's your favorite version or what's your favorite version of that song.
Okay.
Because everybody has their own Christmas album. I'm surprised Jackson Brown doesn't have a Christmas album.
Oh, he's got to have one somewhere, I'm sure. With me, it's any version of Carol of the Bells, whether it's vocal or with the bells. Dun, 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 dun. In fact, that's what the first song that the Madrigal Singers did the other day. I was just excited me very much. So I loved that one. I'm always a fan of Silent Night, but my favorite version of it brings me to tears every time. I don't know why. I think it's a frequency harmonic thing. It starts playing and I start choking up. Is the Mannheim Steamroller version of Silent Night.
Looking it up. Who's Mannheim's?
Okay, Mannheim Steamroller. No, it's okay because Mannheim Steamroller is a group that kind of fronted the whole new wave.
They tour.
Yeah, they fronted the whole new age movement where it's like the precursor to Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
I don't know. I mean, you're losing me with all these.
You've heard the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas Eve Sarajevo. They were dun 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 dun, with the guitars wailing and stuff.
Okay, so it's kind of like alternative.
Yeah,
Christmas
it's
music.
it was called New Age, and it was all instrumental with some vocals, chorals. Now, here's the thing: Mannheim Steamroller was founded by Chip Davis. Chip Davis was previously known in his name of C.W. McCaw. It was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June with a Kenward holding hogs. You remember the song Convoy? That's Chip Davis.
Interesting.
C.W. McCaw, and so he, it was like a producer, and it just became a huge thing. So you've heard a lot of Mannheim Steamroller songs, but I don't think you know they were Mannheim Steamroller. There's one called Escape from the Atmosphere. If you off the air play that, you'll probably recognize the song. Here we go.
Just to let people know, I searched Silent Night, Mannheim Steamroller. You know what the first video that came up is from a ripped video of VH1 Classic. Just to let you know, this is what we're dealing with. Interesting.
Oh, it's beautiful. I've got all the.
How would you feel as an actor? I guess you can kind of see this in a different perspective, but as an artist or a musician, imagine being, hey, you're doing well, but let's do a Christmas album. I always feel like a Christmas album is kind of like, I want to be relevant for a little bit. I have nothing for you, but I need to do something for you, so I need to do a Christmas album.
Yeah.
Do actors have that? Because we were chatting about it on the ticket stub, where like at least somebody has to make an old person movie once a year. And we kind of joked with Jake about that, with Jake Reiner, because his dad kind of makes now he's making a couple old people movies once a year. He made like The Bucket List, and he made only
because his grandfather Carl Reiner was with Mel Brooks in the 2,000-Year-Old Man comedy series. If you never heard that, as great as Carl Reiner playing a news anchor interviewing a 2,000-year-old man played by Mel Brooks, and is hilarious. That's when
he told stories about them.
Really?
He talked about how they're best friends since their wives died, and I was like, man, we don't need to talk about this. And I'm telling you, the interview next Thursday with Jake Reiner is really cool. He's a hard journalist. It's interesting that he deviated from the Hollywood world because he grew up in Hollywood.
Right. Well, you know that the guy that wrote World War Z, the zombie movie, is Mel Blanc's son. No, Mel Blanc's son.
Mel Blanc or Mel Brooks?
Mel Blanc. I'm combining two Mels, but Mel Blanc,
Okay.
Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
His son wrote the Zombie Survival Guide as a joke, and then they turned to World War Z. So this movie with, not Matt. Who was it? Matt Damon? Who was it in World War Z?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Zombies and horrible things was written by Bugs Bunny's son.
It's strange how stuff's turning around.
Yeah, but actors do. Every actor, like a stage actor, they're always bucket list roles. The role that, like, I've played most of them. I played Scrooge. I played Ben Franklin. I played played Sigmund
This
Freud.
is such a weird background. I'm gonna zone it
Oh
out.
man, I'm talking to keep from choking up, man. But Atticus Finch is the one role that I've yet to play that I'm probably too old to play it now.
Well, I meant more of like as an actor. Say you're an actor, and you're an A-list actor.
Okay, you're
And
Tom
then-
Hanks.
Well, it's like, for example, Denzel Washington doing Fences. To me, that was a phone-in thing. Like, he goes, I've always wanted to do it. And, I know Fences from, I went blank, sorry, Darth Vader. What's his name? Help me out.
Which
He's
one?
Sandlot. The
James
guy,
Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones play. He did the stage play of Fences.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the scene I know of Fences is James Earl Jones. And I was like, so Denzel Washington's doing the movie Fences. And I feel like that's one of those roles where you always want to be offered, but it's already been done to perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you doing it?
Paying homage. I mean, there are some actors, there are some roles. Like I said,
You think so?
Oh yeah, I got to play Sigmund Freud. And the year before at the Alley Theater, this actor named James Black, who was like an acting god in the Houston area, he played the same role. So the fact that I got to play the same role he did, that to me was a huge thing. And so actors get off on that.
What would be the actor's equivalent to a Christmas album?
In honesty, the Oscar moment where you got to play someone who has a mental disorder of some kind or a physical. Look at your Daniel Day-Lewis movies of the world. My Left Foot. You got to play someone who's physically handicapped.
Yeah, but
or mentally.
Well, I'm talking about a role that everyone plays every year. It's like, hey, you got to be George Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, okay, I get paid, I get to do it, whatever. Like, I do it. If someone's got to do it every year. You know what I'm talking about? Like, someone's got to do a Christmas album every year. Someone's got to do it.
Okay.
So you're getting paid. I'm trying to think. I'm going to think really hard about this
Okay.
because they're doing A Christmas Story live.
Right. And
On
Stageworks
Fox.
Theater is actually doing the music, same thing, the musical, because it's a musical that they're doing. The live.
What we're going to do, we're going to take a break.
Take a break.
And then I'll think about it.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Yeah.
And
Drink some coffee.
yeah.
Drink
We're
some
gonna-
Conroe coffee.
You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
We still got a whole hour. That's right. It is 10:02, and we're going to play a couple tunes, and then we'll be back. If you got a song request, we do have one more break after this one with music, 936-647-3776. Let's say a special thanks to Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com. And then, of course, our neighbors at Conroe Coffee. They make the coffee that Conroe loves to drink. Visit ConroeCoffee.com for more info. We have a couple tunes, a couple songs heading your way, and we'll be back.
All the kids in shock up and down the block. The folks are home playing Beat the Clock.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Nobody rides for free. Nobody gets it like they want it.
We're back. 10:11 a.m. on Mornings with Lone Star with Dick and Skippy. Sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning and Conroe Coffee. That's all I got. What do you got, Dick? And we're going to go back to the music. Don't put me on the
Welcome
spot.
back, Mornings with Lone Star. Just to let you guys know, this is a 2-hour show. We're ending at 11. And if you're just now joining us,
It only feels like 4 hours.
you're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on irlonestar.com worldwide. We have an app for your phone, Lone Star Internet Radio app for your smart devices, and also locally here in Conroe on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. And we do podcast the show, YouTube it, all that stuff. Check us out, Mornings with Lone Star. So just visit irlonestar.com/MWLS.
That's us.
For more information for all the stuff. Cool. So you were telling me there's some local stuff going on. I know we were talking about Metz. His last name is Metz, I think.
Yeah, just
he's running for
he's-
commissioner. He's got a lot of shady history in a sense of a harassment thing. What's it harassment? What's it called? I don't want to misrepresent.
This was a sexual harassment claim that was settled
So
out
that happened.
of. Yeah, that
Okay,
happened.
That happened. And so you were telling me about an interesting thing going on with it was Commissioner's Block. Oh no, sorry. I'm talking about a thing that I read a headline in the Your Conroe News, and I wanted you to introduce it. Sorry, that didn't really work.
I got you. So you talk about the funds that were approved.
Yeah, so I read a headline, and of course that's all I read are headlines, folks. I don't really read the deal. But in the Courier, the headline read: Commissioner's Court approves sex offender snack fund for probationers. And I was like, that's such an odd thing to cover in the paper to spend time on.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing, I guess. Like, do you know anything about it?
Yeah, basically some funds were approved, and when I say relatively low amount, I mean every penny counts, and this is taxpayer money, blah, blah, blah. But this is, I think, about $2,000 maximum for a fund to be set aside for not just for those in a completing like a rehab or probationary program that may take a long time. So to make snacks made available for them, water and, maybe fruit, maybe potato chips, who knows? And that's what that was about. It's just basically people who are paying their debt to society. These are probationers. These aren't convicts. These aren't people in jail. These are people on probation going through a probationary process, getting water and a snack and being provided. Now, you can easily go the other side saying, well, I don't feel that any of my hard-earned tax money should go to them.
What's even more interesting about this
Front page news?
Well, the director of the department, his name's Ron Leach. And I think you were saying this. He wanted to do it at his own budget. He just needed approval. So this isn't something out of the ordinary.
Right.
And he wanted just to feed them while they perform their duties.
Right.
Why is this a story? Why is this a story?
Well,
I mean, they wrote an article
there
about
are
this.
many possibilities. One
J.R.
possibility-
Jordan wrote an article about this.
Yeah, Jay Jordan is...
Maybe we can contact him.
We can contact any courier members or villager members or observer members because, the Montgomery County has several newspapers. Montgomery County Police Reporter. I'd love to get them on and get their perspectives. Why is this a story? Because it is, a newspaper can make anything a story. Is this a commentary on, oh my gosh, the current commissioner's court approved this? We need to, because half the commissioner's court is up for re-election right now. Could this be, a way to say we want new people in? Who knows? I would not presume to read the mind of a reporter or an editor, but I'd like to get their perspective on it. Is this news? Would it ordinarily be news if it was a non-election cycle? Probably not. Things happen all the time. Much like with the Mets thing, it's coming to light now, even though it's 10 years old, but it's still very relevant. You say, well, I was 10 years old. Well, what's his name? Roy Moore was 40 years old. So there's not a time limit on it. Again, there are no levels. It's not like, well, this happened 10 years ago, so it's okay. Or your rapist is worse than our rapist, so you're worse than we are. There are no levels to this. So and the story behind the Mets thing right now, they decided to settle because they say it would have cost less than to take it to trial, just to pay the woman off.
Is that official, or you just
No,
that's how you
that's
interpret it?
No, that's the official. That's the quote from the county judge.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, no, I try to make sure not to just throw stuff out at random, or else I would be guilty of spreading the
we're
fake news.
clearly fake news here on Mornings with Lone Star, but we're not ashamed of it.
We're not ashamed. At least we admit it. Because
That's something you really want to admit.
Because 73.4 of all statistics are made up on the spot.
Would be hilarious if someone gets caught and it's like, why'd you do this? Because we're fake news. I'm like,
I would love that.
That's great.
That's great. So,
well, that was in your paper. That
was in your
local
Conroe
paper.
Courier.
Yeah, so I
Now, a
thought
little farther south in the Woodlands, we got a couple of things that happened. First off, did you ever go on the Woodlands water taxi? So
no, you're talking about like in the Woodlands Waterway.
The Woodlands Waterway,
they
had these boats that.
Okay, I've seen them. I've never really
Well,
thought.
Harvey kind of knocked them out of commission. Well, they're slowly coming back now because that was the big thing. They're really cool. You pay only a few bucks.
I've never seen anybody I've never heard anybody going, I want to come to Woodlands and ride a water taxi.
But
who rides these?
Well, you're looking at one of them.
Do you really? I mean, like,
yeah, they're awesome because they actually make stops along the way. So outside of a hotel or
maybe that sounds like
Market
a good
Street.
date night, guys.
It truly is, especially at night and wintertime because. The tunnels you go through, they line up with Christmas lights. It's beautiful. And it's just relaxing. It takes like 45 minutes to do a round trip, a full circuit. And you can just kick and, cuddle up.
What's the PDA rule on these taxis?
Hands outside of all the clothes.
Okay, good. That's the way I roll in public.
That's it. And also, the Woodlands has these trolleys that are free. It'll take you around from the library to the mall to Market Street. And it's really cool. So they got some transportation that other places don't have. But so the waterway boats are actually making a comeback. So take Holly, man. She will. That's like uber romantic. She will. That'll earn you some brownie points.
I'll make sure she knows about over the clothes rule.
Yes. And the other thing that happened, I'm laughing, but I'm not because, bank robbery is not like a funny thing. But I read this article that a scooter riding bank robber hit a Woodlands bank. And I'm thinking, a Vespa or something. Okay, those things can get up to 40 miles an hour. I get it. And you can get away on that. Well, I read it, and it was the BBVA Compass on Research Forest, which is my bank. However, people, I do have a rock-solid alibi that I was elsewhere when this robbery took place. So the robber, presented a note, got some money, ran outside, and hopped on his scooter. And it's one of those those flimsy silver razor little dinky 2-wheel scooters that your foot pushed.
Yeah.
He got away on that. Dude got away on a razor scooter.
I feel like that's one of those things when you're like rushing out trying to find the guy, and then you open the door, like, where did he go? And he's like, he's right there. And then you look over to the right and you see this guy. Yeah, get that scooter. Yeah, and I'd just be like, I'm in the Twilight Zone right now.
It somewhat reminds me.
And slow motion, because he's really not going that fast.
I know.
He looks back. He's like,
and from his perspective, his hair's flying in the wind, and he's getting away. And meanwhile, the cops are just kind of jogging up to him. I can't believe this guy got away. But it sort of kind of reminds me of, I think it was in Conroe, it was a Montgomery County area, where there was a bank and there was a cop who, moonlighted as a security guard. And it was, when I say cop, I mean, it could have been a sheriff's deputy or something like that. But so the guy goes outside, puts on like a motorcycle jacket and a helmet, and then goes back inside to rob the place. And it was kind of his day off, but they know it's him. Okay. It's like, Bob, what are you doing, man? I'm not Bob. I'm Robert. Give me the money. And he thought that they actually got him. Like he made two steps outside and they arrested him. And I got to look this one up with some of the details.
Are you saying the plot of Longmire?
No,
there's a show. There's a TV show called Longmire.
Really, do they do the same thing?
Well, there's an episode just like that.
Okay, no, this actually happened. So I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure it happened in Conroe, where they knew it was the guy. He should have taken them home and go, oh, you got me. It's a big old joke. Ha ha ha. But no, he stuck to his story and he got nailed. So whereas I'm sad that the BBVA Compass in the Woodlands got robbed, I've be on the. Can you imagine the APB on this one? Be on the lookout for tall white male riding a razor scooter and money bags. I mean, how much money did he get?
I put money on that he stole a scooter.
But here's the thing: those things are really flimsy and top heavy. So if he had got any money,
they really aren't worth the trouble you go through with those things. I've ridden them before.
Yeah.
I
bought one for my daughter a few years ago, and I tried riding it, and I ended up eating concrete. But the thing is, if you're more than like 4'6", you make it top heavy. So add that plus any money he may have gotten. If he actually got like a bag of money, he'd be like listing 45
that
degrees.
Reminds me of a dude at school. He ride a unicycle everywhere. And I remember talking to him one time, and I was like, that's just not convenient. It can't be convenient. Because the startup and ending on a unicycle takes like some focus. You can't just go like, oh, the guy's running away, get him. And like, oh, let me get on my unicycle real quick. Yeah. And a scooter, same thing. Like, I don't feel like you could have optimal speed on a scooter.
No.
Unless they made a scooter for my size. Then I can see. But the scooters that you're talking about, that's for kids.
Yeah. This is one of those razor. You people know what I'm talking about. The wheels. You got two wheels the size of half a donut.
This dude sitting in his home, laughing his face off. He's like, I got away on a scooter.
On the scooter bandit.
And hopefully he didn't try it again, because you're risking it.
No,
right
this
there.
is okay, dude. I'm not aiding and abetting by any stretch of the imagination. But if you want to not get caught, do not try this again. First time lucky.
That's hilarious. Well, we got to take a quick sponsor break.
Okay.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, Conroe Coffee. You're going to hear a few words from them, but we'll be right back. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. It's 10:24. We got more music. We got one more music break coming your way.
Hey.
And good morning, everybody. We'll be right back.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Welcome back. That was a quick break for you guys.
It was a quickie.
Yeah, we
Dick and Skippy doing quickie in the morning. I'm enjoying my Conroe coffee, I'm telling you. It got me hot.
There's a lot of innuendos.
Java.
That's great. Welcome back, Mornings with Lone Star. We're here every weekday morning from 9 to 11. We got some music coming up after this, so get ready for that.
Yeah. Hey, so yesterday I think we were talking about this concert day for night.
Yeah.
Did you hear that it's kind of, I'm not saying it's falling apart, but they've lost 4 acts already, including, what's Beyonce's sister name? Solange? I'm not a Solange
What do you mean
fan.
they lost? They're
She's
missing?
Yeah, they're canceled.
Why?
Various and sundry reasons. One said is, my doctor just said I shouldn't fly, so I can't make it. Solange bugged out with something, and 2 other acts. I'm not sure. But I need to go back on my tablet to find out who the acts are. Her name popped out. So, the concerts go. I mean, it's like a 2-day festival, isn't it? I mean, it's a big thing. But they're losing some acts. So, and I guess with any huge concert, there's some attrition going on. I'm sure there's been some Wallapaloozas that
Well, it sounds like this business as usual for a concert or
but
concert.
4 major acts. Here's the thing: is if it's let's say, not Lollapalooza. What's the ones here in the Woodlands? BuzzFest. They get like 8 really solid bands. We're talking, Judas Priest, Metallica, and let's say if 2 of those, only 2 canceled, that would not be the concert. A lot of people would feel they were gypped because you come for those people.
Where do you get your news sources? I'm trying to find this to see. I'm not seeing any updates on it.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
You found it?
No.
Oh, something else?
Fake news.
No. I know my sources. Went on the Houston Chronicle, and then I got it confirmed, I think, by, who did I get it? No, I found it on the Courier, then I got it confirmed on the Chronicle. I'll look it up.
Yeah, make sure you bring that stuff up.
Yeah. Well,
before you start talking.
Before I start talking my smack.
This is hardcore news reporting here at Morning's Lone Star. Here,
We're
guys.
fake, yeah, duh.
We do need to talk a little bit about the net neutrality thing. I know a lot of people are talking about it.
In Russia, do they call it Nyet neutrality?
I don't know. Is that how you say not net in Russian?
No, it's how you say no.
Oh.
Nyet, like da and yet.
Well, that's not net neutrality then. That's not. I guarantee you that's not what they say.
I was making a bon mot.
I don't know what that means.
It's French for, good word, a pun.
Do I look cultured to you?
Well, you don't make my board.
Yeah, don't make you bored. No, the FCC repeals net neutrality on a vote yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday.
It was.
So the world is
3-on-1.
It's still going.
2-on-1 vote. It was a three-person panel, which I think is a problem just to begin with. Even the Supreme Court, you got 9 votes. Can you imagine the Supreme Court only having 3?
It's like the mud district, man.
Yeah, there you go. So net neutrality has been repealed. Just a quick primer, because a lot of people, here's Armageddon, here's Trump's America. First off, this is not a Trump thing. This was the FCC. Secondly, net neutrality was only established in 2015, 2 years ago. And so you got the people going up until 2015.
I always felt when people talk about the internet and ISPs, I feel like we're making it up as we go.
Yeah.
And I always encourage people who really care about this stuff, start local with most of the problems you have. And for example, municipalities here in Conroe, they get to dictate who services you in this area. For example, downtown Conroe, we have 2 options. Consolidated and Sudden Link. I get mail all the time from Comcast. And I'm like, I would love to have that option. I call them, hey, this is my address. Oh, we don't service that area. Then why are you sending me mail? Why are you teasing me? But when it comes down to net neutrality, it'd be interesting to see how companies themselves are going to handle it. And of course, half the stuff people are complaining about, they're already doing. And that's what I always found entertaining about, throttling your speeds and restricting you access and all that kind of stuff. I don't really know how to respond to the decision because you don't really know.
There's no way to be people like, now they're going to charge you $3,000. It's the establishment's already there with TV providers.
What's funny to me is you have the same folks you see who are saying like, free internet, but I'm like, dude, half the internet's restricted. Like, go to Twitter, you can get banned. Like, it's not free speech.
Well, go to Hulu, you pay for Hulu.
Yeah, and that's
go to
you're already doing
Netflix,
it.
you pay for Netflix. And
like, do I? In my mind, am I gonna? If someone Comcast, whoever my ISP is, goes, hey, by the way, to access Netflix every month, we're gonna charge you an extra $2. And if they have to actually put that on the bill, I'm like, well, we got to find somebody else because this is kind of crazy.
It's, of course. Now, you know, I hate to use the word phrase fair and balanced because someone already has that, but I mean, I try to keep it, you know, an even keel. Of course, those who are worried about corporations now gouging people is a possibility.
I'm interested to see what the municipalities in the country who have their own internet, because a couple cities have put in the infrastructure and put in offer their local citizens their own ISP, like fiber and stuff like that. And that's a real thing. Look it up. I don't know at the top of my head what cities they are, but they're like a Comcast, basically. And they provide internet. And I'm interested to see what they do. Because either A, they're going to take advantage of it, or B, they don't do anything because it didn't really affect them, or, you know, that kind of thing.
I believe those who take too much advantage of it will get booted out, and more mom and pop shops will come up, and then they'll actually, here's the thing, the startups and the mom and pops actually can get the resources through a crowdfund or just one angel investor to have all the resources needed to take on one of the big guys. It's like an independent movie studio. You don't have 20th Century Fox behind you or Miramax or something, but you do a good product, people will watch and they'll buy it. And the whole thing about net neutrality, what a lot of people, you know, net neutrality, what is it? Do people know exactly what net neutrality meant? And basically what it meant was 2 years ago, up until 2 years ago, the internet or the, you know, internet providers and stuff were viewed as service providers, corporations. 2 years ago, the Obama administration, the FCC under that administration, their guideline was, no, it's a public utility because we really need internet nowadays to survive. I personally don't agree with that, but that's what that panel came up with. They're like, it's a public utility, like water or sewage.
That didn't change anything here, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like your water or your electricity or your natural gas or whatever that's a utility. And 2 years later, the decision was, no, not so much. It is a corporation. It's a public business or privately held corporation providing a service, much like Bob's Auto Repair is providing a service, or you know, Anadarko is providing gas production services, you know, and that's what the whole argument is. Is internet a utility or is it a business?
Well, it's going to be really hard to say that, ask that question to the folks who did the infrastructure. Like basically,
but
Verizon.
The city's not laying the infrastructor; it's the corporation's doing it. So it's not a utility.
You ask that question to them, they're going to tell you one thing or the other. They're like,
exactly.
We just want to get paid.
So going back to Nyet neutrality, because Nyet is Russian, and it's the whole Russian collusion thing.
It's always connected, man.
People are saying the net neutrality thing is part of the Russian collusion. So Nyet, that's what we're going to call today's show, Nyet neutrality.
You're listening to Mornings Lone Star, where we connect the dots. We'll be back here on IRLoneStar.com. Special thanks to our sponsors, folks. We do have sponsors here on Mornings Lone Star.
Now, trying to get the Conroe Coffee one to rhyme like the other one.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com.
Okay.
Nyet.com. How about that? Conroe Coffee. They make the coffee that Conroe loves to drink. I can't do that. I can't make it rhyme. Visit ConroeCoffee.com for more info on those guys. It's an interesting morning. We got one more music break.
Okay.
Hope you enjoy the tunes. We'll be back.
Nobody rides for free. Nobody gets it like they want it.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
I gotta say, I think that's the first song in the universe I've heard that owes its chorus to a soap commercial tagline.
Yep.
That's cool. I was kind of jamming along to it and not really listening to the lyrics, and then I got it at the very end. That was cool. Hey, I got some good NFL news. Well, sort of kind of good. So I read this article. So apparently, Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota, I'm presuming I'm pronouncing that correctly, had a bad game the other day. He attempted half his attempts were failures. And in the locker room post-game interview, he was apparently really snippy and rude and abrupt with the reporters. And even that is kind of forgivable. He had a bad day at work, and I get that. But he called a press conference a couple of days later and presented himself to the reporters, and he said, okay, a lot of you who weren't there that night, but I'm telling you, so all of you, I'm sorry. I treated you with disrespect. I was rude. I was abrupt, and I just had a bad day. But and it's no excuse. I do apologize.
Now, is this a Cam Newton apology, or is this a legit?
No, I think this is legit because he totally said it. And then he told them, and I got to be honest, I'm doing this because my mom called me and pretty much ripped me a new one over this. Like, how dare you be rude to this? These are people that. And so it's just heartwarming that you got a quarterback for an NFL team, the Titans. I'm not a fan of the Tennessee Titans, obviously, because of the whole Oilers history on that. But this guy stood up. And again, when you stand up and apologize and mean it, or you don't even have to apologize if you stand up for a conviction or if you admit, man, I screwed up on that. Hats off to you, Marcus Mariota. Skippy gives a tip of the hat today to listening to mom. We need more moms in the NFL, Dick.
Well, that'd be kind of funny if they have the official mom of the NFL.
Really, just some crotchety old lady with a ruler that whack you on the head. If you're kneeling, whap, or you're standing, whap, or
if you're gonna kneel for a purpose.
There you. So that was cool. When I saw Tennessee Titans quarterback, I'm like, okay, here we go, and I read it, and that was a good one. I like that one. That's cool. Hey, what are you doing on May 19th next year? You got any dates?
Is that Star Wars something?
No,
May 19th?
No. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are getting married. Buckingham Palace put out
the girl from Suits?
Yeah, she's marrying Prince Harry.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what service they use to line that relationship.
I'm sure he watched the show and he's Prince Harry's like, hey, I want to date her.
Is that what he sounded? I would to date her.
I would still very much like to date that lady. You set it up for me. So Buckingham Palace announced that May 19th.
Do you think that's his game? Like say you're Prince Harry or whoever, like a prince, and then you're the lady, and I go up to you, I'm like, I'm Prince Harry.
Yeah, and I'm the Queen of Sheba. No, really, I'm Prince Harry.
What's your name? And then that's the end. That's the end for her. She's like, oh my gosh.
There was a TV show. It only ran on Fox, I think, but only lasted for one season. And I got it on DVD, but unfortunately those DVDs got drenched, so I'm gonna have to get them. It was called Keen Eddie. So Keen, Eddie, Eddie, and it's about this New York cop who screws up and he gets shipped over to England, the London Metropolitan Police Department, as punishment. And it's him dealing with British life. And his catchphrase was, hi, I'm Eddie. How do you like me so far? And I think that'd be cool with Prince Harry. Hello, I'm Prince Harry. How do you like me so far? That's what I think. That's probably how he won Meghan Markle. But yeah, May 19th. That's the day before my son's birthday.
Why is that a big deal to you? Because you lived in the UK for a bit.
No, because Buckingham Palace put it out, and this is the top 3 headlines in the nation today. Americans love royal weddings.
I walked in on Holly watching a documentary about Princess Diana, and it was about the news coverage of it. And I was like, man, do people really care about this stuff?
Holly and my wife, Holly and Mrs. Skippy could have saved some bills by watching that together.
Well, what I specifically loved about this documentary, it's the recent one that came out. I guess there was some anniversary, whatever. But it had the editor of People magazine. He was talking about it, and then they alluded that like the paparazzi killed her. That's what they kind of alluded to. And I was like, so they have the dude who ran a magazine, who pays for these photos, telling me a story about a woman that he inadvertently killed. Like, I was so confused. It's like, how does he do in this interview?
Because it wasn't a People magazine reporter that killed him. It was a French newspaper, so it's okay. That's the mindset.
I had a good laugh with that one.
Yeah, really. No, same here. I think you and I were on the same team with that. And Mrs. Skippy was just glued to that.
Don't you talk about
Princess Diana.
Died like that? What's her nickname? What was her nickname? Is it Di?
Di. Lady Di and then Princess Di.
Oh, don't you talk about her like that?
Right? No, there's you got your diehard fans there. I get it. Diehard fans. Die, Princess Di. Die Hard. I got to watch that. Squirrel.
Everyone's got to watch that.
I got to watch it. I haven't seen it yet. There was
the best Christmas movie besides It's a Wonderful Life, Our Christmas Story.
There's a TV show, a comedy called Brooklyn Nine-Nine about this police department with Andy Samberg. And they're driving past Nakatomi Tower, the building that stood in. They're like, oh my God, I got to go in. So they go up and he's taking all these pictures. Here, I'm John McClane stepping on glass. Click, click, click. Here I am, John McClane saying, welcome to the party, pal. Click, click, click. It was, I wouldn't mind taking the Nakatomi Tower tour. Actually, before I died, do you know what tour I want to take? Apparently, New Zealand. You can go on the Lord of the Rings tour, where it's like the whole country, because, they shot all over New Zealand.
If only somehow Colorado got transplanted over to New Zealand, and then you go on the real Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, smoking the South Farthing weed. And that was not an analogy. The wizard smoked pot.
I can totally see some guy like in New Zealand wandering around the tour, but not on the tour. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, what are you doing? I'm on the tour. I'm just on the tour. I'm on the tour. Don't worry about it.
I want to go to Hobbiton because they actually built that town with, the functioning building, the room is inside.
It'd be great. You're in the morning and you have your cup of coffee and you're sitting there in front of the door and you're like sipping, and the people at the tour shows up and you're like, what are you guys doing on my yard? Sipping your coffee.
Well, I dressed up in my old Bilbo costume that I used to wear to the Renaissance Festival, and I just play Bilbo. Hello, welcome to the fire. Looking for the One Ring. Do you have it? Oh, well, if you did, I couldn't see you.
And it's like he's really dedicated to it.
He's dedicated.
He's a local
craft.
Special needs guy, and he's really dedicated.
He's dedicated to the craft. I went to the Renaissance Festival one year as Bilbo, and my best friend, or one of my best friends, is Larry Evans, who's like 6'12". He's this ginormous guy. So he went as Gandalf, and so we entered the costume contest as proportionately correct Gandalf and Bilbo, and I think we won second. We got season tickets for the next year. And then when I went walking around, people just assumed I was one of the characters, one of the official characters, and I wasn't, but they wanted me to play with my One Ring, so I did. Moving away from that.
That's so nice.
Yeah, thank you. Anything new in the harassment world?
Of course not.
Well, ESPN.
I have no idea. What's going on with ESPN?
Well, there are some females there that are now coming forth kind of as a united front saying that the general environment at ESPN is still very much male locker room, and there's harassment of different levels. At this moment, I hate to sound blasé about it. At this moment, this is a story that is same song, 14th verse. I'm glad that they're having a voice and, let's add ESPN to the mix. But of course, it's a male-dominated industry that's been male-dominated for a long time, and some of the men there are pigs, and they're going to treat women bad, and I hope it stops.
I just encourage people to carry a taser. And hopefully that becomes a norm where you see inappropriate behavior, you just give them a little zap. And you go, no, no, no.
I like that. I used to, it's got to be somewhere still. I got to have one of those 120,000 volt stun guns. Now, the taser is the one that actually shoots out the two electrodes on wires, which is hard. But you can get those, those little handheld. They look like a flask.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, it's a stun gun. And I had one that's 120,000 volts. It had 4 prongs, so the little lightning would go between big time. And it also had a strobe light in the middle. I mean, there's a total weapon of intimidation. It was a great anti-mugging tool. You whip that thing out and it goes with that strobe light. People would run from, all the times I got mugged. I'm just saying.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, thank you. I aim to please.
Well, it's 10:52.
Already?
Yeah, we have to be shutting this ship down. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this week. Don't forget, we're on every weekday for Mornings on Lone Star from 9 to 11. That's right. And you can podcast all our shows if you're just now joining us and you miss it. Oh, I really want to listen to it. It's on podcast. That's right. Look at iTunes, Google Play, or YouTube. We try to do podcasts and we try to YouTube all our shows. Thanks for joining us today. Sean, have a good weekend.
You
Hope
too,
everyone
my
has a
friend.
good weekend. We got a lot of stuff coming up next week, so stay tuned on Monday at 9 a.m. for Mornings Lone Star. We do have a full lineup today, irlonestar.com/show calendar, and that shows what's showing on Lone Star.
There you go.
Is this the last weekend for all the plays next door?
Yeah, they're shutting down this weekend. So Sunday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are your last chances to see Charlie Brown Christmas musical over at the Crichton Theater and Little Women the musical over at the Owen Theater. And then they're getting ready for the new shows.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Today's show is brought to you by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Clean Sweep Office Clean. CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com. Conroe Coffee. They make the coffee that Conroe loves to drink. Visit ConroeCoffee.com. There you go.
There you go.
Thanks to those guys for making the show possible.
We love you guys.
Enjoy your rest of the day, I guess.
We'll see you on Monday.
Try to.
Yeah.
We'll be back Monday at what
Miss
time?
us. 9 on the dot.
9.
In the meantime, miss us.
And listen to the podcast and all this good stuff. Subscribe. We'll see you guys later.
Nobody hands you any guarantee. Nobody.
Thank you for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station. Don't forget to check out this show and many others across the Lone Star Community Radio Network, either live on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, the Lone Star Internet Radio app, or irlonestar.com's live audio stream, and on replay on podcast, Channel 12's Our City TV in Conroe, or Channel 21 KVQT in Houston, and of course their YouTube channel. This production is copyrighted and all rights are reserved by Lone Star Community Radio. Have a question regarding this program or other Lone Star Community Radio shows? Want to sponsor or start your own show? Call the station message line at 936-647-3776 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.